It started in the early 80s when my grandfather passed away and left me an old Super 8mm camera. I made stop-motion G.I. Joe shorts. Now, as with a few of these films, they've been lost to time. Like the two films I made in high school, The Adventures of James Dolan and The Adventures of John Dolan, James Bond / Indiana Jones spoofs. But then there was Inspector Pierre, where I did my first crane shot by passing the camera up to a ladder to my friend who was waiting on the roof, and then he walked it back up the rest of the way. Then my first attempt at Right Here Waiting, a love story about a man trying to solve his own murder.
A short film on Macbeth for my English class, followed by A Tale of Two Cities, another short that helped me graduate. A short I did for my acting class, Runaway.
I lost that one because I returned it to Blockbuster accidentally.
Then my first feature, Her Name, during my senior summer in 1991. And that same summer, my second feature, The Final Limit. This is Ponderous, a feature collection of short films which included Buffett Rider, a mashup of a guy driving around in a talking car and singing Jimmy Buffett songs to cheer people up. Then Macbeth 2, and during my time at San Antonio College, Tumble Nerd. And my first award-winning short, Murphy's Law, about a detective going after the mean, ugly, rabbit breakdancing, medium cheese, pepperoni, mushroom, black olive, Domino's pizza from hell. Then in 1995, the first sparkle of the Innocent Saga with my first time-traveling feature, another movie called Right Here Waiting. I moved to Colorado in 95 and made Blue Moon, an alternate reality version of Right Here Waiting. And then returned to Innocence, my first and only 16mm feature film, both of those in 97. And then the first version of Tag in 98, with Queen of Hearts the same year. Then there was a short film, Little Drummer Boy, basically a Christmas Carol with a hitman. My first vampire film, the feature Trouble. There was another attempt at a time travel feature, this time called The Innocent Killers. Denver's Crappiest Television was an 8-episode series that ran on Denver Community Television in 99. I shot and produced a film written and directed by T.J. Miller. Yes, that T.J. Miller. And then there was the day that I got bored, but there were no actors around, so I enlisted the help of my best buddy Bogey, and we made A Day in the Life of Bogey. Then when I returned to Texas, I made Too Young to Kiss in 2001, The Night Watchman, my first decent quality feature in 2003, followed by Don't Islamic Vampire Terrorists Suck, an interactive movie in which you could make decisions for the characters with your DVD remote. Then I started making music videos, 10 for Capone, a couple for South Coast, 2 for Rachel Stamp, which played on MTV2, then some Dallas artists, AITF, SKS, Breeze and Thyra, and Immortal Soldiers. Then more than 20 for Quinto Soul, which aired on Mundos. Then back to features with Last Blood, also known as Cartel Killers. I started working with Bradley Bates in 2004, and we sold our first film, Barrio Angels, followed by Shadow Dragon in 2005. I lost a bet and had to make the first Serial Rabbit. I wrote the script in one night and shot it in 5 days. Then there was the Bad Mojo Project, Dog's Life, made for $65, Tag, White and Black, then the short film The Dove, which placed in a John Woo film competition. My series War Dogs lasted for 4 seasons. It had the spin-offs War Dog News and Froggy Rants. Then in 2007, I made Second to Last Worst Day of My Life. And then After the Day, which had no script and only one location, my house. Then making a bunch of music videos that allowed me to buy a Canon XL2. They were for Cornell Cuts, Cynthia Jones, allowing her to sign a record contract. The video aired on The Word and the Gospel Networks. Then more videos for Perfect Vision, The Circle, Trey 7, and William Taylor. I was then able to shoot The Ballerina, my first film with a boom mic. We moved into the Innocent Saga in October of 2007 with The Innocent Killers, and during that year shot the 10-feature film epic that continued with Shadow Rises, Return to Innocence, Never Say Goodbye, End of the Innocents, Easy Way to Die, The Desert Rose, Right Here Waiting, Against the Wind, and Apocrypha, finishing up principal photography in October of 2008. To blow off steam, we made Serial Rabbit 3. And then came After the Day 2, The Green Conspiracy, and Bass Reeves in 2009. I remade Second to Last Worst Day of My Life in 2010. Then a miniseries called Not So Sane Man's Guide to the Multiverse. I got my first DSLR and shot The Heroic Journey of the Gay Man. Then in 2011, I closed Ponderous Productions after completing the feature film VOSOT, Voiceover Sound on Tape. After returning to school for my bachelor's and master's, I worked at the Corpus Christi Regional Transportation Authority, where I completed dozens of videos and commercials for the agency. I returned to film in 2014 with The Strangers, Element 13, and then The Loons, before the annual blank firing pistol contest entries of Mono Maniac, The Good, the Blind, and the Maniacal, and The Maniac with the Golden Gun. After that, I made the award-winning short film The Specialists, followed soon after with a short web series called Two Cobras in a Cup, a fan film paying respect to my fandom of G.I. Joe. Since I never got to complete my film about the Beta Hunters, I wrote the novel The Beta Hunters. In 2015, I made the short The Bender, before turning it into a feature with The Benders. I made 7 shorts in a series called Sin, 7 short films about the 7 deadly sins. For the Corpus Christi 7-day film festival, I made Glory Rose, We Need to Talk, and No Righteous Men, all in 1 week, and won Best Script for We Need to Talk. In early 2016, I made the Anti-Friend Speech, both a male and female version. And later that year, Blow a Kiss. In 2017, Serial Rabbit 5. In 2018, the pilot episode for a series called The Project. In 2019, Red Days. And started re-editing the Innocent Saga into an episodic series that puts all of the Ponders Universe films into a linear chronology. It's currently in Season 6 with the 7th and final season planned for late 2023. All seasons are available on YouTube. Then, in 2020, COVID hit. And as good subjects of a tyrannical authoritarian government, we locked down for all about 2 weeks. Then we said screw this and started shooting again. We made The Chair, a girl meets chair, chair falls for girl, chair loses girl, romance horror story. Then, in January 2021, shot Lady Lawman, the true story of the first female deputy marshal in the Old West. We produced the short film She, which was written and directed by Jonathan McLean, and we followed up that film with the cyberpunk dystopian thriller Tag Conspiracy, which was actually a sequel to 3 different movies: the original Tag, Green Conspiracy, and Vosat. We purchased a cinema camera in 2022, and to test it out, we made the short film Pickups, penned by fellow filmmaker Matthew Hasso, which tells the story of a filmmaker trying to get his cast together for a few pickup shots. Then, in the summer of 2022, we made our flagship science fiction series, The Night Watchman, a neo-noir detective show set after the Second American Civil War. It was based on our 2002 film, Night Watchman, and allowed us to explore an entire series of the dark, action-packed world of corporate conspiracies and privatized law enforcement. And through it all, there were more music videos for artists like 21 Black and Kerosene Drifters, live band performances, government and corporate videos, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of commercials.